Okay. And then we can switch you out.
Can you see the stop LNG if I stand like right here? Or if I'm like right here? Can you see the full sign?
We're not ever going to see it fully, which is that's okay. I think you're look at
I can just move out of the shot completely. You want me to move?
Where you going? Are you coming?
I don't know.
Here, come right here.
I'm gonna move all the way out of the shot.
Over here.
No, you gotta be in this shot.
Over here.
You the most. Come on, y'all got to be in this. Y'all came all the way here.
Please come right here.
Come on. Thank you, James. Thank you.
Somebody give this woman a hug.
Come on. All right now.
I'm telling you when she told me to get did what I was supposed to be. Y'all want me to not follow directions. On the one time I'm trying to follow directions. The one time in my life.
Is there a speaker list? Or is it just Oh, did y'all already email it to me?
Tyson's on here. Tyson's on here. Oh, right there. That's Birdie.
Who's Bird?
Hi, Birdie. I'm Birdie.
Hi, Birdie. How are you? It's nice to meet you. I'm Carrie. Okay. Is anybody here from Hip Hop Pocket?
No one's here from Hip Hop Pocket.
Okay. Sierra Club?
Yeah.
Okay. And, okay.
Here's Mom. Thank you.
Fabulous. Is that your bag? Yeah. All right.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. We are going to have a banner be held up and then other signs like going through when the speakers are going. Okay. Banner folks, if your arms get tired, let us know and we can do it. Okay.
You hold the export.
We don't listen. We haven't started listening.
All right.
Hope that's the first thing you
We're live? Oh, we're live. And look at that.
Hey!
Just when I was getting ready to do the cha-cha slide. Hello, everyone. We're so excited that you're here today, and this is so critically important. We are standing right in front of the Department of Energy here in Washington, D.C. If you've ever been to Washington, D.C., we're right across the street from the Smithsonian Museums, and we're here for an important message. And that message is that we need to stop the export of liquefied natural gas, because methane gas harms America. And we're here with some critical voices that are going to tell you why this is so important and why we are telling everyone today to stop LNG. Hashtag stop LNG. And we'll talk more about that. So first, I want to bring up my good friend, Royshetta Ozane, who is the director of and founding director of the Vessel Project of Louisiana, a mutual aid organization that is working hard in the heart of where this LNG export is happening right now. So, Royshetta, come on down. How you doing? Woo! Woo, woo, woo. Come on, y'all. Give it up. Give it up.
carry your cup. Good morning. I am Rashetta Sibley Ozan. I am the founder, director, and CEO of the Vessel Project of Louisiana. I'm also the Gulf Fossil Finance Coordinator for Texas Campaign for the Environment. I've traveled here to D.C. today to meet with the Department of Energy and to hand deliver all of the signatures that so many people have signed, urging the Department of Energy and the President of the United States to say no to CP2. CP2, the proposed liquefied natural gas project that is proposed to come right in my backyard where me and my children live, would be the most harmful facility built in the United States. It will be more dangerous than any of the LNG facilities already have operating in Southwest Louisiana. Those three are only a few miles away from my home. In my backyard, I have 12 petrochemical facilities. That does not include all of the proposed sites that are coming there. Driftwood LNG, which is a site being built. So we are already overburdened and overflowing with fossil fuel extractive industry. We don't need anymore. Of children, asthma, and skin conditions like eczema, I am fighting for my children. When my children go outside and play and there's a flare in the background or there are plumes of smoke coming from these facilities, I have to make them come inside. I'm afraid of the air that they are breathing. The air that they are breathing is killing them. It smells like rotten eggs. It smells like chemicals. Our water is unsafe to drink. We can't take anymore. If the Department of Energy and the President of the United States is not going to leave us, then we are going to continue to show up here in D.C. We're going to continue to urge them to say no. But if they want to continue to hand out permits to these facilities that are killing them, killing us, we're going to hold them accountable. We're also going to that are constantly financing these institutions. Banks like Citibank. Citibank is funding environmental racism. It's not just the federal government. The very that we know of, like Citibank, like Bank of America, like Wells Fargo, they are funding too. So the U.S. government needs to stop the permits from being approved through FERC and DOE, and these financial institutions need to stop handing out money to these facilities because we are real people who live in these communities. This microphone is going in and out because maybe they don't want you all to know the truth. They don't want you to know the truth that LNG is more harmful than coal. They have been lying to us, making us believe that LNG is natural when there is nothing natural about it. It is methane gas. It is pollution. The U.S. government approves CP2 and any of the other projects that are proposed, any of those projects that are on the FERC docket, if they are proposed, if they are approved, it's no way the U.S. will meet their climate goals. And that leads me into talking about COP. COP28 is happening right now in the UAE. President Biden has decided not to go to COP this year. Kamala Harris will be there this week. I'll be in Dubai next week, bringing this message to let them know that the United States is not fulfilling their promises. Every time the United States approves a new LNG facility, that is giving us 30 more years of pollution. How are we going to meet our climate goals? We are contributing to this climate catastrophe that we are in. We've seen the massive hurricanes coming back to back. I lost my home to Hurricanes Laura and Delta. We also dealt with a massive flood. We had to deal with a winter storm. Tell me that's something that you grew up seeing. Massive storms happening back to back like that. That is unusual. But if projects like CP2 is approved, it will be coming more frequently. It's nothing more that I can say except the fact that you will not stop me from fighting against these industries, because again, I'm not doing this as a job, I'm doing this as a mom. And when you're putting something in my backyard that's harming my children, that's a direct attack on me. You are harming my children, and so I'm going to continue to fight. Thank you all for being here. I hope the audio was fine. The mic kept going out. DOE probably had some type of wall up. They don't want y'all to know the truth, but we're going to keep speaking the truth. Follow us on all social medias. You can find my organization, Vessel Project, online, vesselprojectoflouisiana.org. You can find me on all the social media sites. I'm the only Roishetta in the world, ROISHETTA. You can find me. I will continue to tell you the truth. I will give you a tour of the area so that you can see the pollution that's already there, and you can get a glimpse of what we deal with every day. Thank you.
DOE can't block that.
Thank you, my friend. All right, thank you so much. And thank you to Roishetta Sibley-Ozane. Everybody give her a nice round of applause. Now, my friends, they came here all the way from the Gulf South on this cold day. And it warmed up just a little bit for y'all. But I want to give it up for my good friend James Hyatt, who is the founder of Better Bayou. For a Better Bayou is an organization working to make sure that we are living up to the vision and the destiny of what the Gulf South and what the Gulf Coast and what Louisiana truly can be. So everybody go ahead and give it up for James. How you doing?
All right. James. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, everyone who took time to come out today, this morning, stand with us in the cold. And thanks to everyone who signed one of these petitions, stoplng.org. If you haven't signed, feel free to go there right now, stoplng.org, and sign. My name is James Hyatt, and like Carrie said, we started an organization called For a Better Bayou because what we have seen over the last 3 years, the storm after storm, the climate catastrophe happening not only in Southwest Louisiana but across the world, this idea that somehow our collective dependency on fossil fuels can continue and continue to be the way of life and the way that we will drive the economy and bring jobs. We've seen the Department of Energy come down to Southwest Louisiana at least twice over the last 6 months. And they're promoting a lot of interesting new climate projects. There's direct air capture and carbon capture. There's questionable ways. But at the same time that we're talking about capturing just a small amount of the emissions, they are consistently approving more and more export permits and licenses, millions and millions of tons of greenhouse gases with each one of these export terminals. What are we doing? You can't, in one side, put a little bit of attention while you still have the fire hose of money and greenhouse gases flowing through to the fossil fuel industries. We've heard over and over that natural gas is clean, it's green. That is not true. We've heard that somehow extracting carbon from underground, polluting and burning it, and adding it to the atmosphere is somehow consistent with some kind of climate goals that will leave us and the future generations with a livable planet. That's just absolute insanity. We know what happens already in neighborhoods and communities all along where fossil fuel, plastic producers, petrochem, we know the suffering. We live the suffering. There's no reason to continue down this pathway for short-term profits for so few. There is no public interest in building more export terminals. Absolutely none. We've seen over and over how they've paved over thousands of acres of wetlands. The CP2 terminal is talking about over 1,700 acres of wetlands. They want to dredge and dig up half of an island to build a ship berths to take the natural gas that's been fracked in places like the Permian Basin, where the children who live around frack sites are 2 to 3 times more likely to get leukemia. What are we doing? There's no reason to continue allowing this to happen in our name and with our money. The Department of Energy has got to stop rubber stamping every export terminal, every export license that they're presented to. That goes with the pipelines that ship it across the Mexican border. There's no reason we continue down to be dependent on fossil fuels at a time when we have got to shift and got to get off of it. You know, I think about being raised in Southwest Louisiana. My father worked at a refinery. I worked at a refinery for over 10 years. I see all these cars getting by. We came on a plane. I'll confess, we used fossil fuels to arrive. The fact that the system is the way it is does not mean that's the way it has to continue to be. And our dependency on these fossil fuels, our disconnection from the relationship with this land and each other, our disconnection because of our dependency on these systems that oppress, exploit, and extract. We don't have to continue down that. There's absolutely no reason we should. When the public interest is not served, when private companies like Venture Global make record profits month after month, cannot deliver to their customers, show that they cannot keep their promises, when Venture Global, the only natural gas company situated just outside of the DC area, continues to get permits, when they can't even live up to the promises of the one terminal they have in Cameron, where the people who live alongside this terminal have been adversely affected in ways we are not even fully aware yet. And in that same place that was hit by 2 hurricanes within 14 miles apart just 3 years ago, where people have been hit by Hurricane Rita and Ike and Gustav and Harvey and Laura and Delta and Katrina and Ida. What are we doing? There's no reason to continue down that pathway, and we really can't. We can't continue to inflict suffering on our neighbors, on communities, on BIPOC, low-income communities, on anyone. There's no reason to continue doubling down on this fossil fuel farce, this money grab, this short-term gains for so few on the backs of so many. The future can be bright, but not if we continue to allow our government, the Department of Energy, the President, anyone to sell us out for the profit of so few. So again, I'm James Hyatt. You can reach me on the interwebs at Better Bayou. Thank you all so much again, and feel free to sign the petition, stoplng.org, and let us tell these people it's not in the public interest, and you agree. Thank you all.
That's right. It is not in the public interest. Do we all agree? I don't know. It is not in the public interest. Do we agree? Yes. Hold on, wait. All right. I'm thankful for that we all agree. Now, I want to make sure that we're continuing on this, and I want to bring up a good friend of mine who last time he came here to Washington, D.C., it was for a Federal Energy Regulatory Commission meeting. And that was his first time coming here and using his voice to make sure that the communities, the fishermen of Louisiana were protected and our voices are heard in that space. And so I think that's really key and important that he's here today to continue standing up. And he took away from the very good time that it takes to fish and to shrimp and to make sure that you're taking care of family and community, because this is so important. It's so important that we are saying no to LNG that is taking out a critical piece of our economy. So everybody give me a good round of applause for Travis Dardar of Fish.
Hello, DC. What do I have to tell the Department of Energy? What does a fisherman come all the way from Louisiana to tell the Department of Energy? They're after our fishing grounds. They want us out the water, and I have a big problem with that. They cannot have my industry. You do not sacrifice an industry for another industry. What you do is invest in the one you already have. Okay. To the Department of Energy, we are not for sale. We are not for sale. I'm terrified of flying, yet I'm here in D.C. to tell the Department of Energy, if you permit CP2, if you give them their permits, you will destroy the fishing. We've seen the destruction already on what just one of them has done. The numbers have decreased drastically in the catch. The fishermen down there are practically starving, trying to pay their bills right now because of this thing. At the end of the day, if they permit CP2, the fishermen's blood will be on their hands. We've had enough. We asked and asked and asked, and we're not asking no more. We're telling. You're going to get the hell off our coast. That's it. No more playing. So to the Department of Energy, man, get ready, because you ain't seen the last of us. With that being said, thank y'all for having me in D.C., and we need to do this again, only with more fishermen.
And I hope the next time that you come, it's a celebration for our victories. All right? Amen. Okay, so we are so thankful that we had these wonderful individuals come all the way from so far to be here with us today. And we're also joined by so many voices of national organizations that stand in solidarity with communities. So right now, I want to bring up Jesus is with us, but that's a joke. Anywho, we're gonna go ahead. No, he really is though. But anywho, we want to bring up. Are we bringing up Sierra Club? Well, Sierra Club is going to. That is the next step. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And we also have in the building. We have Birdie Sam, who also came to join us and has a critical voice that is important from frontline communities. And so before we go and deliver these petitions, I want to make sure that we're taking a moment to hear from Birdie. Everybody give a real big round of applause, everybody. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Thank you.
My name is Birdie Sam. I am Tlingit from Southeast Alaska. I am Dachloedi of the Eagle Killer Whale clan. My father's family is from Alaska. And earlier this year, this administration failed all of us by approving the Willow Project. I am here to see that the Department of Energy does not fail the communities of Louisiana the same way. Louisiana communities are already subjected to a nightmare of industrial pollution and oil spills. The lobbying power of the oil industry and other corporate interests have disgustingly disproportionate influence over our state and federal politicians, completely overshadowing the will of the people. Americans have had enough of manufactured consent. On social media, everyday people have built multiple, multifaceted communities who are together working towards a world where we leave behind extractive and abusive industries. CP2 and further LNG buildouts will harm Louisiana communities, and the emissions will harm the entire world. The only reasonable conclusion today is to deny Venture Global's application and stop CP2. Thank you.
Thank you, Birdie Sam, and thank you so much for influencers like Birdie Sam who are raising their voice and making sure that the critical needs of communities in the Gulf South are heard. So thank you so much for raising your voice. And we hope that we have more people like you that can raise your voice. So everyone remember to follow the hashtag #StopLNG. Everybody say it with me now. Stop LNG. What are we doing? Stop LNG. All right. Thank you. What was that, Mari?
Stop LNG and stop MVP.
Amen. Amen. All right. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to deliver these petitions. We have over 230,000 petitions that we are delivering today from people all across the country, all across the globe who want to end to this. That is not a solution. It is a false solution. So everybody, y'all ready to go? Are y'all ready to go? Let's go. Come on now.
All right. Great job. Good job, you too. Good work. Team.
Thank you all so much.